Solidarity. I say the word again, solidarity. It's an interesting word, isn't it? How one group comes together for a common cause. We've seen it before and it's had powerful effects, one of the most known being the civil rights movement or perhaps even the Me Too movement from just a few years ago. But what about us? Sure, there are small support groups for autism, but no group or movement as large as Me Too or civil rights. Why is that? Think of it this way. Autism Speaks, one of the most highly funded foundations, nearly controls all news heard about autism. Of course, the autistic community knows this group is a fraud, but the neurotypicals still consider them heroes. We always say we wish to be rid of the group, but no effort has been made. We have no solidarity in this matter. You may think one day neurotypicals might wise up and eliminate the group themselves, but this will not be the case. With all the political ties Autism Speaks has, next to no one will oppose them, especially on a scale of eliminating them. And the neurotypicals who do disagree do nothing, making themselves complicit to the acts the group has done. Atypicals have tried to do something against them as well, but are quickly silenced. This group uses their funding to exterminate us and make us out like subhumans. Their destruction would be a godsend to us, as 95% or more of atypicals do not want a cure. And this goes even farther than just a cure as well. Autism Speaks, TACA, Planned Parenthood, they all want to do insidious things, like aborting autistic fetuses. Not to mention they've supported groups that have promoted false cures, such as the cult that tried to cure autistic children by drinking bleach. This pattern stretches well beyond these few groups, I assure you. This extends back farther than our very discovery by neurotypicals. We were discriminated even when we were an unknown group. Einstein faced it. Jefferson and Franklin faced it. We've all faced it at one point or another, whether from a stranger, family, politics, even so-called friends. And the bystanders that do nothing to stop these assaults are just as complicit as those who do nothing against TACA or Autism Speaks. The stigma will not end unless we have, for once, a solidarity movement to break not only the stigma, but the groups that have added to it and distorted how we should be seen. Let's go back to the person that is responsible for autism's political beginning. Eugen Bleuler was credited with autism's discovery in 1908, but we didn't get much more information about us until 1948. 40 years wasted. 40 years with us still being in the shadows, all we had was a word to describe us and nothing more. Sadly, even when new psychologists studied us and published their findings, things were more known, but certainly not better. They contributed autism to such ridiculous things such as cold parents or food or even temperature. When it was finally figured out that this was genetic, they tried to hide us. To torture us in the shadows. To treat us like nothing. And this still happens in present day, it just takes different forms. They kill us and it's not reported. Rape us and turn us into criminals and we are called animals. We are always said to be in the wrong, forced to mask. And for what reason? Nothing except for the fact that neurotypicals are disgusted by us or simply refuse to try to understand us. It is saddening seeing abuse like this every single day of our lives. We have to stop it. Time is running out for us. Each day we don't act is another autistic life lost. Another one of our kind kept silent and oppressed. Another lashing in the media, or no coverage of our good acts at all. Ask yourselves, do you really want this to be your reality for the rest of your life? Or do you want to change this by standing with us? Reports about us are rarely even from us. It's from an outsider's point of view. It could be the exact opposite of what we're thinking. When they want us, we're simply used and tossed aside. The media will barely acknowledge some of this world's greatest people are autistic. Do you realize how much that simple thought tells us? That we built the groundwork of their society and they refuse to give us the respect we deserve for it. To this day we are still put in institutions because they don't want us. They might never want us. But we will not let them destroy us. We are going to rise to the occasion, and look back to our cultural ancestors for strength to go on. We will knock on every door, get every signature, all working to get the rights we deserve. We will end the groups that keep us bound, and start anew showing our own voices without interference. We will show support for one another in a way not seen before. The horizon is bright for us, and that horizon shall come sooner than anyone shall imagine. Take that first step by joining our movement. I go back to the first word of this video to end it, solidarity. The key to winning this and making sure we survive is solidarity. The only way to make change on this scale is solidarity.